finished the popcorn balls demo.
I saw that. I will try to get on that as soon as I get done teaching for the day. We'll see how that works out for me, but I'll do my best.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Gavin. Have we talked about your penguin picture? Maddie, you're back. Good. Good to see you. Bailey, always a pleasure. Gavin, have we talked about your penguin picture before? Hold on. That picture is off a book I own. I think it's funny. It's Pablo the Penguin is his name, by the way. Hi, Haley.
Jeez, Milo.
Somebody's at the door.
Sorry, I didn't realize my mic was on. Let me mute that.
Hi, Jenna. Hi, Emily. I'll start at 32 like always, doing the warm-up, so pull that page up if you have it. Hi, Jordan. Hope the moving went well. Hi, Brian. Glad to see you. Hi, Shelly. Haley, where's your sidekick? Where's Sapphire today? Oh, there she is, of course. Of course, I just am wondering where she is, and there she pops in. All right, we're going to start the warm-up, guys. So here we go. Our next unit, we'll do a pretest today, is on just a slight overview of the MyPlate again, really quick. Should be well aware of what all that is from last year. But we do talk about it with each thing that we learn how to cook, like veggies, fruits, things like that. So I'm just going to kind of overview it, and then we will be talking about etiquette and kitchen appliances and equipment that we use. So that's our next unit. And then after this unit, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, that we will go into the food groups, which is then I can start making like apple crisp or peach crisp in Gavin's case. So yeah, there we go. I meant to come back on the main screen and get off camera because my computer is a snail when I'm on camera, and I'm sure it's just a lot going on, which is why it causes problems. All right, so here we go. Hopefully I'm still presenting my screen. And your question today is C1, what do you remember about the MyPlate? So if you didn't have Zepka last year for nutrition, hopefully you remember or were taught something about the MyPlate when you took nutrition with the other teacher that was in place. But just tell me a couple things that you remember about the MyPlate. So time started. You have 2 minutes to respond on a Google Doc, and then I'll be collecting them next week, Friday. Make sure you have a good educational guess if you don't know. Caps and ends, complete sentences. You have about 1 minute left. Try to finish up. Okay, time is up. Okay, so we are going to just trying to catch up on some chats here. Okay, so I am going to go into Classroom. I think it's already open. I have to open it though, so don't start the test until I say. And I do need you on camera. Just give me a forehead view of you, which would be great. So I just know you're the one seated in the spot taking the pre-assessment. Foreheads are fine, but I need to see your beautiful faces. So let's see. Let me see you. Plus, I always just like seeing you. It's kind of nice every once in a while. All right, so Geraldine, I see her. Haley, thank you. Emily, thanks. Kaden, thank you. Jenna, thank you. Hi, Shelly, thank you. Sapphire, will you quit it? You're so funny. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm just waiting on everybody else here. Forehead is fine. Just let me see that you are the one seated, taking the pre-assessment. Jordan, Brian, Brady. Braden, I just need to see a forehead. Doesn't have to be that big of a thing. Brian, Bailey. There you are. Jordan, are you in the house? All right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Oopsie. I will start as soon as I can see faces, guys. So I'm just waiting on a couple people. Okay, so know if your camera is not on that your test will be voided. Okay, because I have to see that you are the one taking the test. All right, I'm going to unlock it. It's locked right now. As soon as the test is over and I have your answers, then you can go back in your seclusion of the camera. Okay, so it should be open. It's in Google Classroom. It should say pre-test, and it's going to cover etiquette, kitchen equipment, and the MyPlate. So that's what you want to look for. And then Haley, if you could just give me a thumbs up when you, once you access it, just so I know it's working. Okay, thanks Sapphire, thanks Haley, thank you. All right, it's 35 questions. Go through it, answer them the best you can. If you don't know something, give it your best guess, and then turn it in, and then you can go back into your seclusion of no cameras. Okay, the people that I know that are done are Hill, Lake, it's Geraldine Anderson. There we go. Gavin's done, Shelly's done, Haley's done, Bailey's done, Jenna's done, and Emily. So I'm still waiting on a couple people, it looks like. Brian, Maddie. I think that's it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is do a recap of the MyPlate. And I do have an assignment that goes with it, but I don't want to assign it today because I have the demo that you're going to watch for 25 minutes of the last part of the block. So I want to go to the PowerPoint first, or Google Slides, and you guys jot notes down if you need to. You just saw the pretest, so you know some of the details of the MyPlate are on there. So you'll have to decide whether or not it's going to be noteworthy for you. But I want to go over it just to make sure it's clear because, like I said before, we will be talking about with each unit how it affects the MyPlate or how it fits into the MyPlate. So I'm going to share my screen with you. I do have a video, and hang tight for a second. Let me open it because I think it's the first slide and I might as well get it queued up. So hold on. Okay. All right, so let me, I'm going to try to present this to you so that you can view it. I'm just trying to remember how I do that. It's been a little bit of time. Is that it? No, that's not it. I'm struggling a little bit here. Hang on. All right, so Haley, can you verify if you can see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so if I play it, can you hear it?
MyPlate is used to grab.
Yes or no?
Yeah, but it's like,
It's a little glitchy, I know, but
Yeah.
once I like get out of the way of it, I think I'll be okay.
okay.
All right. Well, at least I'm hoping so. So let's just see if we can get it to go and it stops being that way. Here we go.
Grab consumers' attention a little bit more and be a good daily reminder for healthy eating and an easier way to visualize how to create a healthy meal and all of the components that are involved in a healthy meal. When looking at the types of fruits to consume, fresh and frozen are typically going to be the best. Make sure to eat your fruit and not drink it. So even if it says 100% fruit juice, there still is liquid sugar in there, which can spike our blood sugars and not stick with us very long. When taking a look at your vegetables, we're focusing more specifically on the non-starchy vegetables. So think leafy greens, broccoli, green peppers, green beans, preferably fresh or frozen. If we are consuming canned, it would be a good idea to rinse your canned vegetables and get rid of any of that excess sodium. When looking at the protein food group, you want to try to aim for lean proteins. Your plant-based proteins are also going to be more heart healthy for you. An example of a plant-based protein would be our legumes. So lentils or different beans if we make a chili. That is a good protein-rich meal. Eggs are another great source of protein, as well as your meats and fish. Your chicken and fish and other poultry are going to be your leaner proteins. When consuming grains, you want to try to make half of those grains whole grains. So whole wheat bread, for example. You want the food label to say 100% whole wheat. When looking at your ingredient list, you want one of the first two ingredients to say whole wheat flour. Typically, a whole grain has about 3 grams of fiber per serving, so you will also see that on the food label. When consuming dairy, try and aim for low-fat dairy. So that would be 1% or skim. Keep in mind that the plant-based milks and other dairy products such as almond milk or soy milk are also going to be appropriate choices for dairy. They are going to be fortified with calcium and vitamin D, and so they will count as a dairy serving. It's important to talk about our fats and oils. Even though they're not a food group on MyPlate, they are still essential, especially for growing children. Healthy fats are important for brain development and growth. Aim more towards the plant-based oils, which are going to be from your olive oils. Avocados provide healthy fats, and our nuts. Focus on variety. Try and have multiple colors on the plate. So think of the rainbow. And every different color and food group offers a different set of nutrients. There are a number of resources on that website. There is a super tracker that you can use to keep track of your calories, as well as your recommended food group servings.
Okay. Let's see here. How do I get back? All right. Let me try to maneuver here. Okay. I think I'm back in presentation mode. Let's see. Okay. Let me get out of here. No. Hold on. There we go. All right. We already heard that. Okay. Back to this. All right. So this is just basically the recap of what you just saw. Remember that there's 5 food groups. Fat is an important part, but it's not counted as a food group. So one of the focuses is focus on whole fruits. Remember, she said fresh or frozen are best. Grains, make half your grains whole grains. Dairy, low fat or fat free. Vary your veggies. Again, frozen or fresh. And then protein, vary your protein routines. Okay, so different types of proteins, beans, eggs, chickens, fish, those kinds of things are really important. Okay, so this is kind of similar to your assessment. So I want to make sure I go over each piece so that if there's a question on the assessment, you have the right answer. So fruit in the food groups is red. It's found in the upper left part of the MyPlate. Remember last year we did a MyPlate and we actually put the food groups where they belonged. The main nutrient is vitamin C, and it makes half of your plate fruits and vegetables. The other part is vegetables. It's green, the largest section found in the lower left part of the MyPlate. The main nutrient there is vitamin A. Make half of your plate vegetables and fruits. And then grain is the orange, the second largest, and it's found in the upper right part of the MyPlate. The main nutrient is carbohydrates. And we get those in the form of fiber and starches, which makes them complex or simple. And simple are sugars. So make half of your grains whole grains. Okay, so protein is purple, and it's the third largest. It's found in the lower right part of the MyPlate. Its main nutrient is protein, and it keeps meats, poultry portions small and lean. So remember we talked about the deck of cards when we talk about protein. So that's the size you want to kind of shoot for about 3 ounces. Dairy blue separate from the plate and found on the top right next to grains. The main nutrient there is calcium. Teenagers that are 13 to 18 should consume at least 3 cups of dairy products each day. Switch to low fat or fat-free milk. Choose calcium-rich foods. Remember, it's important to eat a variety of foods from each section of the MyPlate, but remember to avoid large portions. When you go out to eat, they don't use any type of portion control, and if it's on your plate, sometimes you typically eat it. So just be careful when you go out to eat. All right, so just to break it down for $2,000 calorie diet for fruits, 2 cups, vegetables 2.5, grains should be 6 ounces, and protein 5.5 ounces. So it's important to stay within your daily calorie needs and pay close attention to your facts labels so that you're choosing foods that are good for you. Okay. Added sugars, careful of those sugars, syrups that are added to food or beverages that are processed or prepared. You can usually see them right on there. If they're one of the first ingredients, remember that means that the product is made up mainly of that. So they're listed in the order of how much is in the food product. So if it's a whole grain, that means that product has whole grain is the major ingredient within the food. Calories, remember from last year, is a unit of energy. So it's measuring that in the food that we eat. Diet is any food or beverage an individual consumes each and every day. Empty calories, calories that come from solid fats or added sugar. They don't really have any benefit to us per se. Nutrition, the science of food and how it relates to our health. And then solid fats are fat that are solid at room temperature. So that would be butter, beef fat, shortening. And you can still use those in the process of making foods and how you prepare them. Okay, and then this is our proud to get us kind of in the groove of preparing meals and remembering what we're supposed to be doing while we're in that process. So P stands for planned food products or food production by being prepared. So that means fill out the lab. The grocery list needs to be done so that we're ready to go. R is to review the quantity and the recipe. So that's why we did the recipe unit, so that you understood that it's important to read the recipe through a couple times than to just jump into the kitchen and come unprepared. Mise en place, remember, is that all your ingredients are there waiting for you, and they're all organized so that you don't have to stop what you're doing and go look for something in the cupboard. You organize, which is O, and you mise en place, which means that all your ingredients are waiting there for you, and you are gonna just kind of grab them as you go. So it's good organization to do it that way. And sometimes you find out, like sometimes I'll have a hankering for, like, let's say no-bake cookies or these chocolate chip cookies I make, and then I get the mise en place, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I don't have chocolate chips, or I don't have eggs to make it, or I'm out of cocoa if I was doing the no-bake cookies. So, you want to make sure that you have all the ingredients so you're ready to go. U is use the right culinary technique, so making sure that once you read through the recipe, you understand what it's asking you to do. Because if you don't understand something within the recipe, then that's going to cause possibly, your recipe not to come out the way you wanted it to. And then D is to deliver a quality product. Okay, so that it's going to be edible, that people are going to want to eat it. It has a good look to it. So you always want to remember the word proud and all the things that go with it. Okay, so that'll be kind of our acronym that we use in class. Okay. Anything for that slideshow? Okay, awesome. All right. So I wanted to show you in your Google Classroom that I did a pumpkin roll. I don't have it on your Google Classroom yet. I'm putting it on there right now. I'm assigning it. Okay. All right. It should be there at any moment. As soon as you can see it and can access it, will somebody just unmic and say yes, they received it? So it's the demo pumpkin roll. It has a couple videos. Making of the pumpkin roll is here. And then you have to fill the pumpkin roll. And then I just took a picture of what it looked like afterwards. Because I don't stay at school and I wanted you guys to be able to see it, usually you'd keep it in the refrigerator, you know, a little bit longer, like maybe an hour. I wasn't able to do that, so yours would probably be better set up than mine. But that's just a picture. It's a JPEG, so it's just a picture of what it looks like when it's done. And so that's all that one is the picture. But do start making of the pumpkin bread first and then go into the roll filling and when you're doing your demo page. Okay. So with that being said, as I always do, I want you to use class time to work on it so that I make sure I give you enough time to get your work in. I'm going to uncamera myself so you can see me handing you your demo page. Okay. So I've just handed it to you like as if we're in the classroom and I want you to work on it. So on your own little Chromebooks, you have the video, you need to watch it, have your paper side by side with the video. And then as I do things, you can just cross-reference them over to the demo page, okay? That'll just make it so much easier. Make sure you do your own work because when I get demo pages that are identical, now, unless you have the same head on your body as the other person, would you write it exactly the same? Okay, so keep that in mind when you're doing your demo pages. So I'm going to be right here if you have questions, and you have until 2:30 to complete the assignment. If you get done early, you can put in the chat you're done, and I'm going to verify that by going into Google Classroom and looking at it and making sure that the assignment has been done completely and correctly. Okay, so I just handed you assignment, so let's get to work on it. And again, I'm right here if you need something from me. Okay, you would just have to unmic or put something in the chat so that I can see it. Okay, does everybody have any questions? We're at the 5-minute marker when class is going to be let out. So I'm just wondering how things are going. Where are you on the demo page? That kind of thing.
I have a question.
Yes.
In demo, you were talking about adding vanilla to it, and you never said, how much vanilla?
It was a teaspoon.
Teaspoon. Okay.
Okay. I was thinking I said something about the cap, but I don't know. I may not have. I don't.
I thought you were talking about the lemon juice there.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know. I'll have to watch it again and see if I say anything, but it's a teaspoon. Did anybody else pick up on that at all or remembers? No idea. You're not that far yet. Teaspoon of vanilla. Any other questions? I got 1 minute. Okay. So that's due Friday. So you have a couple days. So try to get it done and get it in, and then we won't have to do any of the late 80% points. So have a great weekend. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you next Monday. Okay, and then there were 2.
Yep.
So,
How did that pretest look
for who?
for any of
Oh,
them?
for the
Did it-
most of them. Well, I was looking at some of the questions. Let me go back to the top because I was looking at what they missed. right around, I would say 18 would be a good point value for where they like an average.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it tells me, like it'll give me a little graph. Okay, so the range was between 14 and 28. And of course, Gavin scored 28 out of 35. And then the average was 19
Okay.
out of 35. So,
A little
yep,
bit more what you would expect then.
yeah. That just threw me for a loop with Brooklyn. I was like, what the
Right.
hell? Because I don't know. I guess I didn't realize that the science people taught that.
I think they do some when they get into the reproductive systems.
Huh.
I think I do vaguely remember that from Miss Fleischer's class.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's never a bad thing to, cross over as long as, you're not doing your whole curriculum on somebody else's.
Right, right.
It's always a good, what do you want to call it? A good review.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, girl, you know a lot.
Right.
So,
I was wondering when you started asking her questions, I'm like, oh, here comes the truth. But
yeah, and then she answered them all. I was like,
you know,
and the male is the hardest one, so that's why I chose to, do the male because I'm like everybody knows about the female.
right.
But I was gonna tell you, Duncum. What's his first name? Not Duncum. I always say this wrong. In parenting, Dustin.
Oh, Rothwell.
Yeah, Rothwell.
Uh-huh.
He took the test
Uh-huh.
on what was it? Teen pregnancy,
Uh-huh.
I think.
Did he take it with Miss O'Dowd?
I don't know because I don't think I have it open.
Hmm.
Let me look
He didn't
again.
come to the read when I did it.
Okay, red test teen pregnancy. So I want to open that. Teen pregnancy. Did I title that red?
Yeah.
Oh shoot. I got two. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Okay. I got two sped tests because I think I don't know. I remember I said I was going to fix the one.
Right.
And so I fixed one and then they're both titled the same, of course.
Uh-oh.
Yes, he got a 16 out of 27.
Hmm.
So
He must have taken it on his own because, like I saed, I never read to him. So,
right. And I had it open because I figured I don't know. I guess I figured that the sped kids would want to be read to. So I was like, well, I'll just leave it open because, they probably won't do it on their own.
right.
And of course he does it.
And then he doesn't, yeah. Which I'm really surprised because I talked with
O'Dowd?
yesterday. No, Miss O'Dowd yesterday, and she said that him and
Michael?
Michael Van Dam, she said that she was gonna talk with you, I guess, at some point about them and she said Dustin's really low and and I'm thinking, okay, so how did he do that test by himself?
Exactly. Well, and then I said just have them do 3 things they learned that day, and then for the tests, they can just fill in the true and false.
Oh.
I mean, a 50-50 chance because she was saying that the vocabulary was hard for them, that they didn't understand or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, well then just do this then,
Right.
God. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but she said she was going to do that. And I said, okay, then I won't, reach out to him then because she said she was going to.
I wouldn't either.
So hopefully she does because I don't want to then have it come back on me and go, well, you didn't,
right.
You weren't doing your portion or whatever. So
right. Well, he still has a 13%, but I'll probably just put her 3 questions in each day as the warm up and then exclude everything else.
okay.
So, I guess that's what I'll do. So, all right. Well,
All
have a
right.
good rest of your day.
All right. You too.
We'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.